got daylight. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the first play of the game.
First down, Chicago.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd and a couple, Jackson. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Following the interception, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now left side on the swing pass. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It's a 6-yard pickup, but still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up. 4th down, here's Jackson. He may try and run for the Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Switch it, flip it, flip it. Flip it. Check.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd down. Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Jackson. Steps away. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. first down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Now it's Jackson. And this is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It'll be a gain of 9, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Five down. Stand up. Hey, stop.
They run for it with Hunt, and this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back? That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
Levante David in on the tackle. On 2nd and 7, Jackson. This is caught by Robinson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. 6-1. Stop your line.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Carl Nassib with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will make it 6-0. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check 26, check 26. Alert flare, flare. Wait,
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Who that? Watch the eye.
From the gun, Winston. He sets to fire deep. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Jackson. Flush to his right. This one into the hands of Burton. A very solid gain of 27.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He's got Burton here. And he is is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, his second touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
This fielded at the 2.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's Hunt. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Third down and 5.
Ready. Blue ready. Yeah, Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. At 58, let's go.
Winston from the gun on third down. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On third down, Jackson. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Jameis now on first down. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Jameis to throw it. And this is caught by Evans. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Ready. Blue 8. 58. Come on. Green, come see. You think you gonna get Trump? You think you gonna get this? 58 for Mike. 58. 58 for Mike.
On first and 10, Winston. And he finds Howard complete. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. This is first and goal from about the 8. Winston. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
What?
To throw is Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Bucs take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Wait. 58 for Mike. Get in the weight room. Let's go.
Winston now. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Come on, fellas.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
I'm letting you know, right? Tony! Shit. He's crashing. He's checking crowd. Check. Lucky.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. They'll try the counter here, Cohen. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, Jackson and Robinson with a big catch. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
First down, Bears.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He finds Robinson. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
First down, a run with Cohen. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the...
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Jackson now, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose? And Winston lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Winston. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's go deep. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Top boy,
Winston. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On second down now, it's Cohen, and he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. Throwing is Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where to...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Winston now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Winston connecting with Howard. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. To throw, Winston. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it.
And he's into the clear. The 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, his second touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
42. Buccaneers, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points.
And now here is another interception. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. On the move to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Play action. It's Jackson out to his left. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Adam Shaheen was the intended target, but it'll be second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Get that ball.
And for Jackson, this may be a free play. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Roquan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Roquan Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Now Winston on 4th down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit... Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary has played? Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. This is a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Oh, did the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And look at this. The punt team is out there. Somebody better give them the...